All right, everyone, welcome back to the deep dive.
Yes, welcome back.
Today, we are going deep on Social Security in 2025.
2025. That's right.
We've got some pretty exciting stuff to cover,
Yeah.
and some of it is actually already in effect
Already happening. That's right.
for a lot of
The
beneficiaries.
millions of beneficiaries.
Millions, yeah. So,
Big changes.
yeah, big changes.
Freedom of finance.
Big changes, yeah. And what's interesting is we are going to be covering,
All the different,
all
all the different types of benefits.
Yeah, like retirement disability, SSDI,
The SSI.
SSI spousal survivor benefits, like
The whole
the whole gamut. Yeah,
9 yards.
that's right. So no matter where you fall in that spectrum, there's probably something in here for you. So
Absolutely.
we're excited to share it with you.
Yeah, and hopefully it means some extra money for a lot of you out there.
Yeah. Hopefully a little boost to the bank account.
Exactly.
So let's jump right in.
Let's do it.
Okay. So first up, we are going to be talking about if you are receiving or planning to receive Social Security retirement benefits and you haven't reached your full retirement age yet.
Okay.
So this is folks generally between 62 and 66.
Right.
There are some really important updates about how much you can actually earn before it starts affecting your benefits.
Yeah, and this is something that a lot of people might not even realize.
Yeah.
That it even exists. So
Totally.
that's why we are doing this deep dive, right?
Exactly. That's right. This is stuff that you need to know
Absolutely.
to make sure you're maximizing everything.
And get all the money that you deserve.
That's right.
So yeah, for those folks who are under full retirement age and are working, there are limits to how much you could earn. And so in 2025, that limit is $1,950 a month.
Okay.
Or $23,400 for the year.
Okay, so that's important to keep in mind.
It is.
Those numbers.
Sure, the magic numbers.
Yeah. So what happens if you earn more than that?
If you earn more than that, your benefits are going to be reduced
Okay.
by $1 for every $2 that you earn over that limit.
Okay.
So, for example, if you earn an extra $4,000
Okay.
over that limit,
Okay.
your benefits are going to be reduced by $2,000.
Okay, now that sounds a little scary,
I know.
but it's not.
It's not as bad as it sounds.
Okay.
Because those benefits are typically repaid to you
Okay.
after you reach full retirement age.
Okay.
So it's not like you're losing that money forever.
Okay, so it's more like a
It's like a delayed payment.
delayed, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's not as scary.
Right.
All right.
So you're not losing money, it's just coming later.
Gotcha. Okay. That makes sense. All right. So now what about those who are going to hit their full retirement age in 2025? So this is mostly folks born in 1958.
Right.
And their full retirement age is 66 and 8 months.
Oh, okay.
So for those folks, the earnings test in those months leading up to hitting that full retirement age.
It looks a lot different.
Okay.
So it's much higher.
All right. So what's the threshold for them?
So for them, in those months leading up to their full retirement age, it's $62,500
Okay.
for the year.
Wow. So that's a big,
It's a lot higher.
yeah, that's a big difference.
Huge difference.
Yeah, huge difference. Okay. But the way their benefits are adjusted is also different, right?
Yeah. So if you earn more than that 62,500 age, your benefits are going to be reduced by $1 for every $3 you earn over the limit.
Okay.
So it's not as much as it is
Right. Okay.
for those who are further away from their full retirement age.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So, and just like the other group, those benefits that are being kind of temporarily withheld, those get paid back eventually too, right?
That's right. So once you reach your full retirement age,
Okay.
Social Security is going to recalculate your benefit amount,
Okay.
and they're going to give you credit for all that money
Got you.
that was withheld.
So again, it's more of a
It's a delayed payment.
delayed, yeah, I agree.
It's not gone forever.
All right, that's good to know.
Yeah.
All right, so now for those who are already at or above their full retirement age before 2025. So this is like the best news of all.
This is the best news.
This is like,
for this group, for sure.
yes, for this group, this is the best news.
Yeah, if you're in this group, you're lucky.
Yeah.
So if you've already reached your full retirement age before this year,
Okay.
there is no limit on how much you can earn without it affecting your Social Security retirement benefits.
So you can make $1 million a year.
You can make $1 million a year.
And you're still going to get your full Social Security
That's right.
benefits. Wow.
That's awesome.
That's great. Okay, so whether you are, picking up extra work, you've got a side hustle, you've got a thriving business, or you're just continuing in your existing job.
Right.
It
It doesn't matter.
doesn't matter. You're still going to get that full benefit.
That's awesome.
All right, so now let's switch gears a little bit
Okay.
and talk about Social Security Disability Insurance, or SSDI. So there are some important earnings limits here
Yeah.
to be aware of, and exceeding those limits can have implications. But again, understanding them can really help you navigate this whole process.
Right. It's all about knowledge.
Yeah.
It's all about knowing what you can and can't do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So let's start with non-blind beneficiaries.
Okay.
What's the monthly earnings limit for them?
So for non-blind SSDI beneficiaries in 2025, the monthly earnings limit is $1,620.
Okay. $1,620.
In gross earned income.
Okay. And what happens if they earn more than that?
So if you earn more than that, that's where we get into this concept called substantial gainful activity, or SGA.
Okay.
So SGA is basically a level of work activity that Social Security considers to be profitable. So if you're earning more than $1,620 a month, they're going to consider you to be engaging in SGA.
Okay.
And that can lead to a review of your benefits. That could potentially affect their benefit payments, right?
Right. So if you're consistently earning above that SGA limit.
Especially after your trial work period, which is 9 months.
Right. Okay.
They may decide that you no longer need disability benefits.
Okay.
So
it's really important.
It's very important to be aware of that limit.
Yeah.
And to make sure that you're not exceeding it.
Yeah, because you don't want to jeopardize your benefits.
Yeah.
Okay, so now what about SSDI beneficiaries who are blind?
Okay, so blind SSDI beneficiaries have a different limit.
Okay.
And it's a little bit higher.
Yeah.
So for them, the limit in 2025 is $2,700 a month.
Okay, so that's a decent amount more.
It is.
Okay.
And that's just to acknowledge that blind individuals face unique challenges in the workforce.
Right.
So yeah, so that's their limit.
Okay, but even though it's higher, the same principles apply, right? Like if you go over that.
Right. If you go over that, you're still engaging in SGA.
Okay.
And they could still review your benefits.
Gotcha. So no matter what, stay aware of those limits.
Yeah.
Okay, great. And you had some really good advice for folks who are on SSDI and thinking about working.
Right. So if you are on SSDI and you are thinking about working, or if you are working and you're thinking about increasing your hours, the best thing you can do is to contact Social Security.
Okay.
Let them know what you're planning.
Okay.
And they can give you some guidance on how that might affect your benefits.
That's great advice.
Yeah, just being proactive
can
really help you avoid any problems down the road.
Totally. All right, so let's move on to Supplemental Security Income, or SSI.
Okay.
This is a program that is designed to help people with limited income and resources.
Right.
And so there are some key figures to be aware of for 2025.
Yeah.
Regarding the maximum benefits available. So what is the maximum federal SSI benefit for an individual?
So for an individual, the maximum federal benefit in 2025 is $967 a month.
Okay.
And for a married couple who are both eligible for SSI, the maximum benefit is $1,450 a month.
Okay, so those are the numbers to keep in mind.
Yes.
Okay, now let's talk about the maximum taxable earnings.
Okay.
So this is something that affects people who are working and contributing to Social Security.
Right.
So has that amount changed for 2025?
Yes, it has.
Yeah.
So the maximum amount of earnings subject to Social Security taxes has increased in 2025 to $176,100.
Okay.
That's up $7,500 from the previous year.
Okay. So what does that mean for people who are earning above that new limit?
So if you're earning above that limit, any earnings above that point are not going to be subject to Social Security taxes, but they are still subject to Medicare taxes.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So just something to keep in mind.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so now let's look at some average benefit amounts.
Okay.
So what's the average monthly SSDI benefit in 2025?
So the average monthly SSDI benefit in 2025 is $1,580.
Okay.
And the average monthly retirement benefit is $1,976.
Okay, so those are the averages. Now I know there's a maximum possible retirement benefit.
Yes, there is.
And I hear it's pretty substantial. So what is the maximum monthly Social Security retirement benefit that someone could get in 2025?
All right, so the maximum monthly Social Security retirement benefit in 2025 is...
Drum roll, please.
$5,118.
Wow, $5,118 a month.
A month? That's over $66,000 a year.
That's a lot.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah. Okay. But I'm guessing not everyone gets that.
No, 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 not everyone gets that.
Okay.
To get that, you have to have worked for a very long time.
Uh-huh.
You have to have earned the maximum taxable earnings
Okay.
for most, if not all, of your working years.
Okay.
And you have to have delayed taking your benefits
Okay.
until age 70.
Gotcha.
So it's not the norm,
Not the average.
but it is possible.
It's possible. All right. So it's something to keep in mind for the long term.
Definitely.
Okay. Now let's talk about the CHOLA,
Okay.
the cost of living adjustment.
Yes.
So was there a CHOLA for 2025?
Yes, there was. Okay. There was a 2.5% CHOLA.
Okay.
2.5%. Implemented for Social Security benefits in 2025.
Okay. So that means most people got a 2.5% increase
Right.
in their monthly payments starting this year,
That's right.
which is
Which is good.
good. Yeah. It helps keep up with inflation.
It does.
Okay. So that's good news. Now, before we wrap up, we need to touch on spousal and survivor benefits.
Right.
So these can be really important for a lot of folks.
Very important.
Do these benefits also have those earnings test rules that we talked about before?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
So the same rules apply.
All right. So all that stuff about the income thresholds and how benefits are adjusted, it's all the same.
It's all the same.
Okay, great. So that makes it a little easier to remember.
A little bit, yeah.
All right. So that was a lot of information,
It was a lot.
but hopefully it was helpful.
I hope so.
And it gave you a good overview of some of the key Social Security and related benefit changes.
Right. And remember, these are just the key things.
Yeah.
There are other changes that are happening.
Right.
So it's always good to stay informed.
Yeah. Stay up to date on everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, check out the Social Security website.
Yeah.
Talk to your financial advisor.
Yeah.
Just make sure that you're doing everything you can
Right.
to maximize your benefits.
That's right. All right. Well, that is it for today's deep dive.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you next time.
We'll see you next time.